Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Inside Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan's life from living in tent and HBO turning down hit drama to what's next. Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan has created a franchise unlike any other, but what is there to know about the actor, writer, and director away from the iconic Western? When Yellowstone returned for Season 5, Part 2, around 16 million viewers tuned into Paramount Network to find out just how the show was going to start to be brought to a close. But even though the original series is nearing its end, the Yellowstone franchise and Sheridan's other shows are thriving thanks to its spin-offs with major stars including Sylvester Stallone, Helen Mirren, Harrison Ford, and Michelle Pfeiffer all signing up. And while the 54-year-old is now wildly successful, this wasn't always the case and took Sheridan decades to get where he is today. Difficult family life. Born in Cranfills Gap, Texas, Sheridan had a difficult childhood, growing up outside of Waco with his family living on a ranch that he loved. But following his parents' divorce, his mom could no longer afford the upkeep of the ranch, and so sold it in 1991 while he was at Texas State University. Sheridan's mom told Texas Highways how their relationship was strained because of this decision. "I don't think Taylor spoke to me for a year." Nevertheless, the life he had on the ranch did prove invaluable as it went on to inspire Sheridan's future writing career. He commented, "When you write, it's always of an autobiographical nature. Our family ranch has informed Yellowstone in many ways, but losing it was the biggest one." Living in a tent, Sheridan later dropped out of university and spent time mowing lawns and painting houses and trying to figure out what to do, according to Austin American-Statesman. After he was discovered at a mall by a talent scout, the Yellowstone creator landed some acting roles in shows like NYPD Blue and CSI, and went on to move to Los Angeles. With nowhere to go, Sheridan did what he could to earn money and spent time living with his dog in his car. He continued, "I was really broke, but made the choice not to quit and go home. I also stayed with friends on a reservation north of Lay. They would let me go up there, and I would pitch a tent." Later in life success, Sheridan finally got his on-screen breakthrough role when he was in his 40s portraying David Hale in Sons of Anarchy. Although it was at a similar time that he had taken a step back from show business and moved to Wyoming with his pregnant wife, Nicole, who he met teaching acting classes. Sheridan previously told Austin American-Statesman that he didn't like the idea of raising a child in Lay. This didn't stop him from pursuing his dreams with his wife's help, as Papu reported that she maxed out her credit card so he could afford the scriptwriting software program Final Draft. Of course, this investment paid off eventually as he went on to write for the films Sicario and Hell or High Water. HBO. While Sheridan was working on other Western projects, he continued to write Yellowstone on the side. It took time for the show to get greenlit though, as he would insist in pitch meetings that he'd have plenty of artistic control and be the sole writer and director. HBO executive Michael Lombardo was in favor of the idea, but there were creative differences along the way with the network. The first was to do with the casting of John Dutton, as while Sheridan was keen for Kevin Costner to take on the role, HBO had thrown Robert Redford's name in the ring. But even when they signed the way, "We were star for the show," the network was impressed, and an executive allegedly said, "We meant a Robert Redford type." Esquire also reported what was said during a lunch between Sheridan and HBO's vice president at the time, John Linson. According to Sheridan, Linson said, "Look, it just feels so middle America. We're HBO, we're avant-garde, we're trendsetters. This feels like a step backward. And frankly, I've got to be honest, I don't think anyone should be living out there in Montana. It should be a park or something." It may not have worked out with HBO, but thankfully Yellowstone was able to go forward with Paramount with its first series debuting in 2020. What's Next? Going by Sheridan's IMDb profile, he has plenty of projects in the pipeline that are currently in some stage of production. Some of these include 2024, Fast, 6666, The Madison, 1923, and The Landman. There is also an untitled Yellowstone Beth and Rip spin-off listed as being in development, continuing the story of Beth Dutton, played by Kelly Reilly, and Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser. Taylor Sheridan's journey from living in a tent to creating the Yellowstone Empire is a tale as expansive and rugged as the landscapes he so vividly brings to life on screen. A Texas native with an indomitable spirit, Sheridan has forged a path through Hollywood that is as unconventional as it is inspiring. His rise from humble beginnings to becoming one of the most influential storytellers in modern television is a story of perseverance, creative genius, and an unwavering commitment to authenticity. The early days, a struggle for stability. Sheridan's early life was far from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Born in 1970 in Cranfills Gap, Texas, a town so small it barely registered on the map, Sheridan grew up surrounded by the sprawling, untamed landscapes that would later become a hallmark of his work. His family struggled financially, and Sheridan's upbringing instilled in him a strong work ethic and a deep appreciation for the simple, yet often harsh, realities of life. In his 20s, Sheridan pursued acting, landing minor roles in television shows like Veronica Mars and Sons of Anarchy. But despite his modest success, he found himself disillusioned with the lack of creative control and the types of roles available to him. Around this time, Sheridan's financial situation worsened, forcing him to live in a tent in the hills of Los Angeles. This period of hardship, though grueling, became a defining chapter in his life. It was here, amidst uncertainty and struggle, that Sheridan began to hone his craft as a writer, channeling his experiences and observations into stories that would one day captivate millions. A turning point, from actor to writer. The transition from acting to writing was not an easy one. Sheridan's decision to leave acting was spurred by a desire to tell stories that mattered to him, stories that reflected the complexities of human nature and the often overlooked struggles of rural America. He began writing scripts with no guarantee they would ever be produced, let alone become successful. His first major breakthrough came with Sicario, 2015, a gritty thriller that delved into the murky world of drug cartels. The film, directed by Denis Villeneuve, was a critical and commercial success, earning Sheridan widespread acclaim for his sharp, unflinching screenplay. This success was followed by Hell or High Water, 2016, a modern western that earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay. These films established Sheridan as a master storyteller with a unique voice, capable of blending intense drama with profound social commentary. The birth of Yellowstone. Despite his growing reputation, Sheridan faced significant challenges when pitching Yellowstone, a sweeping drama centered on the Dutton family and their sprawling Montana ranch. Sheridan's vision for the show was clear. He wanted to explore the tensions between tradition and progress, the clash of cultures, and the raw beauty of the American West. However, not everyone shared his enthusiasm. HBO, known for its critically acclaimed dramas, famously passed on Yellowstone. The network reportedly felt the show didn't align with its brand, a decision that, in hindsight, seems like a colossal oversight. Undeterred, Sheridan took the project to Paramount Network, which not only greenlit the series but gave him the creative freedom he craved. When Yellowstone premiered in 2018, it resonated with audiences in a way few shows have. Its combination of gripping storytelling, complex characters, and stunning cinematography struck a chord, quickly making it one of the most watched dramas on television. At the heart of its success was Sheridan's commitment to authenticity. He insisted on filming on location, often in harsh and remote conditions, to capture the true essence of the West. This dedication paid off, earning the show a loyal fan base and critical acclaim. Expanding the universe. Following the success of Yellowstone, Sheridan expanded the universe with spin-offs like 1883 and 1923. These prequels delved into the Dutton family's origins, offering rich backstories and exploring the historical forces that shaped their legacy. With stars like Sam Elliott, Tim McGraw, and Harrison Ford, these series further cemented Sheridan's reputation as a master of the modern Western. Sheridan's storytelling isn't confined to the Yellowstone universe. He has also created other acclaimed series, such as Mayor of Kingstown and Tulsa King. Each project showcases his ability to tackle diverse themes while maintaining the authenticity and emotional depth that define his work. Whether it's the gritty urban landscapes of Mayor of Kingstown or the quirky, fish-out-of-water premise of Tulsa King, Sheridan shows consistently deliver compelling narratives that keep audiences hooked. What's next for Taylor Sheridan? As Sheridan's star continues to rise, so too does anticipation for his upcoming projects.